Things British people pretend to like. Sunday lunch. How is it your mum lived through the 60s and still hasn't heard of herbs? And I know what you're saying. Oh, well, you haven't tasted my Sunday lunch. Your gravy tastes like dishwater and your potatoes taste like George Ezra. Seasoned summit. Things British people pretend to like. Accents. A new accent is born every 7 minutes, but you don't like them. If I talk like this, you assume I'm dodgy. If I talk like this, you assume I'm stupid. And if I talk like this, you assume your car's gone. And I don't think that's very nice. Things British people pretend to like. Number 1, gravy. Who stands in a field, looks at a cow and goes, "I'd love to liquidize you and pour you slowly over a slab of your nan's arse." Who's doing that? Number 2, sprouts. Finally, God's answer to the question, I wonder if you could grow farts from the ground. Number 3, cats. Things British people pretend to like. Number 1, Bovril. Stop trying to look hard at the football, Ryan. No one likes a hot salty cow in their mouth. Wait. Number 2, badgers. These poor creatures face 2 unnecessary evils in life. Bored rich people and Fiat 500s. Number 3, cats. Things British people pretend to like. Number 1, London. Get in, get an Instapic, get out. Sell your nan's gold tooth to cover the train cost. Number 2, the countryside. No right-hand lane, no speed limit, and no hospital for 32 miles. Off we go! Number 3, cats. Things British people pretend to like. Number 1, Manchester United. You only like them because your mate from school had a Manchester United themed bedroom. You're not in it for the football. You're in it for the novelty lamps. Number 2, Marmite. Finally, God's answer to the question, how can you eat tarmac without dying? Number 3, cats. Top 3 things British people say they like but don't. Number 3, Earl Grey tea. It tastes of lavender and sadness, and you know it. The only reason it still exists is because one of you give it the big un at afternoon tea and order it thinking you're smart, and then the other people order it to impress you. None of you like it. One of you needs to be the bigger man. Start saying no. 2, brown sauce. Oh, you like it, do you? You like it. Name one thing that's actually in it. Exactly. Number 3, cats. Things British people pretend to like. Baked beans. You know what baked beans are? Lies. As innocent children, we were sold a dream. A bean dream. Magic beans. Beanstalks. Fights with giants. Hanging out with goblins. Big castles in the clouds. Getting to sleep with a princess. I don't know. And instead of dream beans, we got these beans. A can of watery farts from the trenches. And most of you don't even know how to cook them. Give them an extra 5 minutes. Trust me. Things British people pretend to like. Coffee. Mate, you do not give one Colombian limited edition vanilla about coffee. Going for a coffee doesn't mean going for a coffee. Going for a coffee means, go on then, tell me why your husband's a bastard. Going for a coffee means, for God's sake, hire me, I'm desperate. Going for a coffee means, look, I know I'm a 5, but I got you a macchiato, so you know I've got money. We used to go to pubs, drink too much, and start fights. We now go to coffee shops, drink too much, and start blogs. Things British people pretend to like. DIY. You start off so confident, don't you? You've got a set of Allen keys so impressive they could make Chuck Norris pregnant. You feel like Nick Knowles on the set of DIY SO Bastard S. And then 10 YouTube tutorials later, you're curled up in the corner of your kid's bedroom with parts A to J wondering if you'll ever find part K. You feel like Nick Knowles recording an album. Things British people pretend to like. Jaffa Cakes, A. You don't like Jaffa Cakes. I know what you like. You know what you like? War, conflict, arguing about it. It's a cake. It's a biscuit. It's neither. It's just a sugary little cow pattern now. If it's a cake, it's a shit cake because the cakey bit tastes like cardboard. If it's a biscuit, it's a shit biscuit. Dunk it in your tea and your brew instantly looks like discharge. The worst thing about eating them is you can't eat them without going through a whole packet, which is the 3rd most disgraceful thing I've ever done in a lay-by. Things British people pretend to like. Mashed potato. If you mash your spuds, you belong in prison. Yeah, forget your handcrafted crispy chips or your tater tots, which taste so good they might as well be called God's bollocks. No. Let's pulverise a potato so badly its own mum can't recognise it. Tell you what helps though. Butter. Remember that in prison. Things British people pretend to like. Shepherd's pie. Mate, you don't give one meaty about shepherd's pie. You don't. It's not a pie. Let's start there, shall we? It's just lasagna that's gone through a rough divorce. It's got a mash lid. How does that make it a pie? That's like tiling your roof with Rivita or something. If I was shepherding, I'd want a good pasty. You know, something portable. It's not a pie. Things British people pretend to like. Tea. For some reason, we made tea the answer to everything. My cat's died. Cup of tea. My wife's left me. Cup of tea. I've run out of battery on my phone. Cup of tea. Drinking tea is a bit like dating a smoker. Looks great. Tastes a bit off. Things British people pretend to like. Trifle. Question. Why is everyone from the 70s being locked up for being a wrong'un? Answer, trifle! Nothing, and I mean nothing, starts with wet cake and ends well. And I've seen everything on the internet. If you're eating trifle in 2024, your bowl, spoon and hard drive must be seized immediately. Things British people pretend to like. Talking about the weather. If you are talking about the weather, you are standing in front of someone you could not be less interested in. You think you're doing a good job convincing them that you're interested in anything they have to say? Mate, you're talking about the weather. You are literally begging the sky to fall on you so that you've got an excuse to say something. If a tidal wave took off your face in that moment, you'd be relieved. Whew, a bit bitter out. Better go and grab the old face before a pigeon runs off with it or something. All right, take care. All right, bye. Things British people pretend to like. Small talk. Finally, one we can all agree on, right? We hate small talk because we're lying to each other the entire time. The whole time you're going, hi, how are you? Nice weather, how's work? Up here, it's more like, what if I just go for the throat right now? I wonder if mine's bigger than his. I need a wee. Does he know he smells like that? Imagine having that voice. Are those his real teeth?